What's going on, Island Hoppers? Today we're coming to you from the Big Easy out here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Let's take a look around this travel guide. Alright, in this video we're mostly going to focus on downtown New Orleans as well as the French Quarter, up and down Royal Street, Bourbon Street. That's what we're mostly going to focus around this travel guide. There is more to New Orleans, like going up to Uptown, even checking out Magazine Street, which is in downtown. We showed that a little bit, but for the most part we're going to focus on the food and just the overall experience down on the French Quarter. Alright, so here we are on the coastline of the Mississippi River. This Mississippi River goes all the way up to Minnesota from here. New Orleans right here is considered the Gulf port, the Gulf of Mexico main port. So going this way you have Alabama, Mississippi, and you can see the barges, just how wide and deep the Mississippi River really is. This here is the Mardi Gras Museum right on the Mississippi River. And if you're showing up on a cruise ship, you can see we've got the Disney Cruise Royal Caribbean. This is the port of New Orleans. This is where you'll arrive. And you can see the port of New Orleans, where the cruise ships actually arrive, is right underneath this big bridge that goes right across the Mississippi. But what do you say we head over towards Harrah's Casino and Canal Street? Believe it or not, out here in New Orleans, they do have a casino. This is Harrah's. So one of the main areas you'll be driving along when you come down to downtown New Orleans is going to be Canal Street. This road right here, you can get off Bourbon Street, you can go to the French Quarter, and also go to the aquarium, the cruise terminal. So Canal Street, the main artery of this New Orleans downtown area. Canal Street is the main road that connects the French Quarter and downtown. So over to the other side of the road, downtown, then the other side, all the French Quarter. If you guys enjoy videos like this, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the bell to get notified when we make a new video. Now there's many streets that you can take off the canal, like Decatur, Bourbon Street. You take this street right here, or Charles Street, the one over, Decatur all the way down, you'll go right into the heart of the French Quarter. We're going to do that here shortly. So there's Chartist, then there's Royal, there's Decatur, there's Bourbon. There's quite a few different streets out here. They're also called rues, and that's the word for street in French, rue. So it'll be called Royal Rue or Rue Royal. As you can see right here, America's first movie theater, Kaleidoscope Hall, 623 Canal Street. New Orleans is known as South Hollywood because of its show business industry that existed here and still does to this day exist. Alright, right now we are on Bourbon Street. This is the main popular place that people like to go at night. You know, the Mardi Gras beats and all that. All that happens up and down here on Bourbon. We're going to go deep into Bourbon and then cross over to Royal and then Chartist Street all the way down to the French Quarter where the market is. Now this is a look at Bourbon Street at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday in early May. You can see it's really happening. But could you imagine what this place looks like at night? It gets even more electric. Bourbon Street is an exciting place for people who enjoy a wide variety of Cajun cuisine, Creole cuisine, also drinking, alcohol, lots and lots of variety of alcohol down here for those of you who are into that. I personally had a beer, but we'll keep showing you guys around Bourbon Street because this is quite the amazing French Quarter, New Orleans experience that most people come here for. I wish I could show you at night. I do have one of those videos on this channel that I did. I'll link to that below. Alright, now it's about that time. Let's go get some food and see what kind of Cajun cuisine we can come up with on this trip here. So here we are at Mambo's Cajun and Creole food, having what they call the best margarita in New Orleans. It's a double shot, real sour. So this here is chicken gumbo. Very delicious. All right, we got some alligator nachos here. When they say it tastes like chicken, it kind of does, but not exactly. But it tastes really good. The sauce. The sauce is very flavorful. Very flavorful. And they weren't kidding when they said Southern food is delicious. This gumbo, those alligator nachos, and that shrimp, the sauce, delicious. All right, let's head back out onto Bourbon Street and see what kind of activities they got going on out there, because you know, Bourbon Street's full of life, always. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, any day of the week, there's going to be action out there, so let's go see what kind of action we can see. Even when Mardi Gras is not happening, they're still passing out beads, as you'll see, all across Bourbon Street. They're in the gutters, they're on the stores, you can pick them up, they're around people's neck. So consider it a compliment if someone gives you some beads out here. In New Orleans, you'll notice there's a lot of voodoo houses and this voodoo spirit. This is an example right here. Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo. It's a popular shop. Tourists like to go in there. You'll see all up and down Bourbon Street, all the way towards the Mississippi, there's going to be pubs and all sorts of different restaurants that you can go into, even corner stores, shops. This right here is the Bourbon Pub. Look at that balcony right there. Might get lucky and get some Mardi Gras beads. Here's some population facts about New Orleans. It has about 400,000 people, but back in the 1800s, New Orleans was the third largest city in all of the country. Now, it's not so much of a American big city, but very affluent and rich in history. What do you guys say we go in this jazz funeral here, where it says people are dying to come in? Go take a look. When you guys come to New Orleans, you might want to try some pralines right here. And it says right here, what is a praline? It's a hand-poured, sweet, creamy, traditional Creole collection. So right here, get some pralines. And here's a look at some of the Creole Cajun foods. You got sardines in a can, you got smoked clams in a can, you've got hearts of artichoke, hearts of palm, lots of different foods down here. Take a look. This area here is known as Jackson Square, named after Andrew Jackson, but also it was Plaza de Armas when it was part of the province for Spain. So New Orleans has been in and out of different European colonial powers' hands: Spain, France, the British, America. Well, you couldn't really say the British, but you could say America is backed by British because we speak English. you're looking for an alternative to Bourbon Street, because we all know Bourbon Street gets going pretty loud and, you know, it can be exciting. Royal Street, right next door. Just go down Royal, more relaxed, but it's very close to the Bourbon, and it's right in the heart of the French Quarter, really. So Royal Street, add that to your list.
Aloe with chia seeds, this one's good for inflammation. Citronella for mosquito prevention, and our oatmeal coconut's good for dry skin.
Ooh. If you guys want to follow a really cool French bulldog who loves to lick, Hamlet.
The sneaky potato on Instagram. Cheers.
When you're down in New Orleans, you'll notice that some of the roads are in French still. So Rue Royale really means Avenue Royale or Royal Road. That's what Rue means. So every time you see R-U-E, that's what they're referring to. Street, road, avenue, and it is mostly in French, Toulouse. So if you wanted to say it properly, you'd have to learn some Creole language. Well, I should say you should learn some French, but if you learn Creole, you'll be okay. This area we're walking around right now is the downtown area where the World War II Museum is. The World War II Museum here is actually considered one of the top World War II museums in all of the world, and #1 here in the United States. I think it's #2 in the world. So when you go around here, you'll notice there are a few museums: the Art Museum, the World War II Museum, the History Museum, even Civil War history out here. Right behind me is the World War II Museum. This is the #2 World War II museum in all the world. Right now they're featuring the road to Tokyo, and they also have the road to Berlin. When you go in here, you're gonna walk out of there with a lot of information about World War II. Just look at how big that structure is. Burger